So, the next thing I want to talk about is the idea of criticism. Criticism wasn't so much of a, it's not so much of a principle that I used, but it's a very important thing that before I do much more of this, I want to have a conversation about that with you. So, Oscar Wilde had famously said something to the effect of criticism is the only reliable form of autobiography because you learn much more about the person giving the criticism than you learn about the people that they may be criticizing. So the idea that I'm going to give you criticism, it's a revealing thing. It reveals who I am, it reveals what I'm about. And that's something that you find quite a bit. You find it in martial arts, you find it in all walks of life. And I was fortunate getting back to Jay D'Amato and Steve Yount. They would criticize technique, they would criticize certain things, but it was never with malice. There was never any, I never had a feeling like they were trying to put me down. In fact, it was the opposite of that. They were always trying to build me up. They really had my best interest at heart. Steve, to this day, one of my very best friends, like a brother to me, and I've known him almost 30 years. So he's always been there. He's always been supportive. Now, I've learned so much from the guy, and there's still so much I could still learn from the guy. And it isn't like he wouldn't criticize a technique and say, look, you'd be better off not doing that, and I'll show you why. Or why did you do this? I think we could do better than that. Let's do this. But criticism, when it comes from a place of, to begin with, if there's no gratitude in the person, particularly if they're criticizing somebody who's helped them, it says a lot about them. It says, a lot of times in martial arts, I remember meeting people who, they criticized everybody. Everybody's technique, nobody was good. This guy was no good. And it really says a lot about the person. So when you're being criticized, just have a look at the way it's presented to you. If it's really from the heart and someone's looking to help you, then it's a different thing. But if it's hurtful, just remember something. It's within them. It has nothing to do with you. It's within them, and that's what they have to do. And a lot of people, when they're small, they try to make themselves big by making everybody else small. That's just a very unhealthy thing. So I want to put that out there for you guys on this talk because I'm sure that no matter what I do, no matter what talks I do or podcasts or anything that I try to share, there's going to be a group of people who feel almost compelled that they have to somehow criticize it. They have to say something bad about it. And my attitude is if you find it helpful, and this is exactly what I've done in my practice for 24 years, if you find what I do is of value, great. If not, pass by. Just no problem. I have no issue with it. Same thing in life. If you find something that's of value, great. If not, just pass it by. There's no real need to engage in all the nastiness that's out there today. We're living in a world of it. So let's do that. Let's stop it on this one idea that criticism is more about the person giving the criticism than it is about the person they're criticizing. Okay?